Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Dubkdad. I made a video earlier. You see, I'm still wearing the same shirt, St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. After I made the video, I was on the forums, and I was, just looking through some of the threads, catching up on my Yu-Gi information. And I came across these motherfucking elitist players who act like your opponent never has the appropriate response to any of your pushes. How often do you have you draw your 6 cards and you have really good play? You make minimal commitment, you're going first, and your opponent just blows up your setup and then retakes it, and then you have nothing to counter. How often does that happen to you? It fucking happens to me all the time. That's part of the reason why I'm not playing Hieratics, because Hieratics is a passive deck, and the only play they make is for the OTK. If your opponent opens with endless back row or an Abyss Gaios and you can't push through it, then you fucking lose. And or any other deck, they have the right cards, you can't win. I mean, I know that that's Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's how it works sometimes. But to hear some of these people play, to hear some of these other people tell it, if you play your cards right, then you should be able to win and grind the game and play your cards accordingly, that they won't be able to push. Are you fucking kidding me? So you're saying if I set one card and summon one monster, my opponent won't have the MST that they run 3 of, or the Lance that they probably run 2 of, and then just won't, Dougie, and pop their collar and all that shit and just OTK me? Are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Or if I set 2, they won't have the Storm. I know Storm is at 1, but I mean, you're saying you set your Phoenix Chain or your Warning or some shit. So since you drew your 1 of Warning, they won't have their 1 of Heavy Storm. Really? I don't know. To hear some of these people tell it, I'm just like, what kind of perfect universe are you living in? And I know they have the results, and they can back up their claims. But as I watch their games on YouTube, whether it be in excuse me, Chris Perovic's tournaments, or actual playing, actual gameplay, or reading their tournament reports on Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, whatever, and I see them play, like their opponent never has the fucking out. So I guess if you play hundreds and hundreds of games, or maybe even dozens and dozens of games, and you make these plays, and your opponent never has the out, excuse me, then of course, I guess with confidence you can say, well, if you just do this, then your opponent can't do anything. Yeah, okay. And then there's also a lot of people advocating for not running Dark Hole, because Japan doesn't run Dark Hole. And their reasoning is, with the game set up with so many floaters, Dark Hole is just useless. I was playing at locals today, excuse me, and I was using Hieratics. It was my last. I was just trying to prove to myself that I don't want to play Hieratics till Ptolemy 7 is legal. My good friend Bryce fucking Dougied on me. Teus pitched Dragoons, Meglo pitched Lead and Gunned, and just all this shit, all these pluses, made Abyss Gaios, set fucking Bisphere, Bisquall, and Solemn Warning. I draw for my turn. I'm like, okay, I got this. Oh, did I mention that he made Abyss Gaios? So, okay, I can do this. All I gotta do is draw Heavy Storm. Nope. I drew Duality. Well, I could play the Duality and hope I draw into a Swift. Hope I get a Swift Scarecrow. I can summon Card. Hope he doesn't, hope he doesn't Gaios me. Or I can summon my Tefnuit and try to bait the Gaios. Yeah, that's what I do. I'll summon Tefnuit. No response. Summon Sue, Warning. Wow. So now Card's dead, Duality's dead, no MST, no Lance, no Storm, and since I'm running Hieratics, I don't main deck Dark Hole. Yeah, good fucking game. My point is, if you're a member of a forum, don't fucking listen to anything the people on the forum say, or take everything they say with a grain of salt. I remember during Teledad, when Teledad was dominant, and people were still trying to ride Gladiator Beasts. You know, Darius had came out. We got Geyseris. And people said, well, to compete with Teledad, you have to run Prisma, and you have to run Stratos, and, you know, all this other shit to compete. But if I remember correctly, and you can dig up the old metagame footage, in every Shonen Jump, it was Shonen Jump at that time, in every Shonen Jump, whenever there was a random Gladiator Beast deck, they didn't run Stratos, Prisma, none of that shit. They ran Shrinks and Wabakus. Why? Because in their thinking, couldn't compete with the speed of Teledad. There's just no fucking way. Gladiator Bees just want to attack, and they want to tag. So Wabaku helps them tag, and Shrink helps them attack. You focus on what the deck does, and you win fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. All the fancy shit with Stratos and Prisma and shit, you know, doesn't compete with Stratos into D-Draw, into Emergency Teleport, you know, into Goyo and fucking Stardust and Set Oppression and Malicious and all the other shit. You didn't compete with that. You had to, you know, do what GBs did best, and that's what people did. They ignored the talk and the conventional wisdom of the established players who said that you had to run this other shit, and just streamline the deck to do what Gladiator Beasts were supposed to do, and they won in top. They didn't listen to all the other shit. So I think I'm going to swear off of forums, because I'm getting irritated, and I'm trying to take into account the theory presented, and it's just stupid. It doesn't work, and it's all being spouted by people who never seem to run into the situations that can fuck you. They act as though you go into a YCS and excuse me, round 4, they act like that by the time round 4 gets around, you won't play that one random deck who opens Smorg, Anti-Spell Fragrance, and all this other bullshit, completely locking you out of the game. You know, they open Smorg, Anti-Spell Fragrance, Macrocosmos, and Vanity's Emptiness. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do to that? So yeah, I don't know. I'm pissed. It's Dubkdad, and I'm out.